This is Paul. Yeah. hmm just reading this article about due process of law, deprivation of property for taking somebody's gun. Yes. And then these jailhouse lawyers. There was a guy that said I was a jailhouse lawyer. Yep. And this filtering system through that prism. I just wanted to mention life, liberty, and property. Since November 20th of 2015, I've been making emails and videos. Yes. And I just wanted to add up the total amount of time from when I first started making a video. Yes. Until I had completed the series of videos, the 32 videos this morning. Yep. Now, for you that watch them, it might be an hour and 15 minutes. Yes. For me that makes them, it might be 2.5 hours. Yes. But I'd like to go through every video that I've made that I have emailed to any oath, badge, and attorney. Yes. And then every email that I actually did rewrite. Yes. Sent to 2,000 to 4,000 email addresses. And then I'd like to add up the total amount of time that I've spent. Yes. Making videos, writing emails, and sending emails. Yes. To every police department, Seattle Police Department, right now. And then I'd like to divide that amount of time into a trillion. Yes. Now, it's one thing to speak to those in law enforcement face to face. Yes. It's another thing to add up the total amount of deprivation of liberty. Yes. Life and property. Yes. Since November 20th of 2015. Yeah. When I informed the Port Angeles, the Sequim, and the Port Townsend Police Departments. Yes. That my right to due process is being violated. Yes, the petitioner didn't sign it. Yep. And you issued it for 10 years. Yes. Now, just looking at it, it's going to be quite a bit. It's probably in the $100 billion range. Yes. Where you said, well, we did get an email, but it's not official misconduct to refuse to enforce the civil rights of citizens. Yes. I disagreed. I thought for sure the petitioner had to be there. Oh, she had to sign it. Yeah. And she's the only one that could get the certified copies. And then if I look at it, the total amount of time I spend every day doing this is as a deprivation of my liberty, my property, and my life. Yes. It seemed to me that in 1,499 days of communicating with the sheriff. Now we'll just take that, considering today, let's round it off to 1,500. Yeah, let's go ahead. 1,500 days, yes, times, let's see here. On average, if I was to leave in the morning and I wake up at 6:30, yes, I start at 7:30 and I usually end at 9:30. Yeah. And then I start making emails and sending them from usually 10 a.m. until 1 o'clock. Yes. I have to give myself time for lunch. Yeah. And then I walk up here, pooch, and then I put them on the YouTube. That's some additional minutes. Yes, it is. And then I go in the study room for a couple hours, and then I make videos. Yeah. And then I put it on the YouTube, 3 different channels, and download it into 2 different drives. And then I email you, yes, the actual video evidence of crime. Now, when you think about 1,500, yes, and I would say that I average 2, 4, 6, 8, at least 10 hours a day, might be closer to 11 hours a day. Yes. 1,500 days times 60 equals 90,000. That would be for each minute. Ouch. Times 11 hours. Yeah. We're up to 990,000 minutes of having communicated with law enforcement. Now, 1,000,000 minutes, just rounding it off to the easiest number to work with. When you take a trillion and you divide 1,000,000 into a trillion, what is the per minute cost? Cost!